You play the pit for the first time. You see the big hole, you jump into the big hole, you die instantly, you never play the pit again. That is the experience of 99% of pit players. But not you. You are watching a guide on how to play the pit, and how you do that is something I will teach you, as all of the other guides are outdated and made over 2 years ago. But when you start, your ability to progress only depends on how well you could kill other players. But that's just for the first few levels. If you're coming into pit and thinking, oh, I'm decent at PvP, I could probably get a decent kill streak. And in chain, you could probably get maybe a 20 kill streak. And that's a very strong maybe. No matter how high your skill level is, you probably won't hit 50 kills, and the thing about pit is any kill streak below 50 kills is the same as any other kill streak below 50 kills. Getting a 1 kill streak is about the same as getting a 45 kill streak in terms of XP. This is because, say it takes you 1 second to get 1 kill and 45 seconds to get 45 kills, and you get the same amount of XP for every kill. You're still getting 1 XP per second, or 1 kill worth of XP per second every second. But because of overdrive, if you get 50 kills, you get an additional 4000 XP when you die, which is over 6 times the amount of XP you get for getting a 49 kill streak. Once you reach level 10, you can unlock your first perk in the permanent upgrade shop. The cheapest perk, G-Heads, costs 500 gold and turns your golden apples into golden heads, and is probably the first thing you should get. For now, this is all you'll need until you are level 35, when you can get your second perk. The perk shop has a lot of perks: golden heads, fishing rod, lava bucket, strength chain, safety first, bonk, trickle down, lucky diamond, spammer, bee hunter, streaker, gladiator, and vampire. Or at least that's what you start with. The choices may be overwhelming, but there's only a few which you should actually buy. G-Heads should always be the first thing you purchase, and you only substitute it with Vampire if you need it for 1v1s. Vampire is a perk which heals you half a heart every time you hit someone, and is the best source of healing throughout the game. Safety First grants you a chain helmet, which is much stronger than it seems, and should probably be second. Strength Chain is a perk which gives you more strength for every time you get a kill, and is really good for being in mid, as it lets you get kills much easier, and Gladiator is just more defense. There are less important perks that are still viable though, such as Rod and Bonk, which should be used as your third perk, and just allow you to 1v1 slightly better. The rest of the perks have no use to you right now, like Lava Bucket, which literally does nothing. To get these perks though, you're going to need gold. And at low prestige, you only get 10 gold per kill, and there's no way to change this. So there are 2 ways of getting gold, which are fairly reliable, which I'm going to go over. The first one, and probably the easier one, is just participating in minor events, which happen about every 5 to 10 minutes, and are pretty good for getting gold. Using BrokeAFK's website, brokeafk.com, you could check when events are going to happen, and this is very helpful especially for looking for when King of the Ladder happens, which is probably the best event for gold when you are Prestige 0. Giant Cake is a more rare minor event in which a giant cake spawns, and every time you click a piece of cake and every time you eat a full cake, you get a small sum of gold, but it adds up, and if you click enough, you could probably get about 10 or 15,000 gold. While King of the Ladder is an event where a green clay tower covered in ladders will spawn, and if you stand on top of it, you get gold per second. The less people that are on top, and the more people in the lobby, the more gold you get. King of the Ladder is a common minor event, meaning it happens very frequently, and is decent for gold as well. When I was talking about useless perks, I failed to mention Bee Hunter Pants. Bee Hunter Pants normally do not do much, but in the special case, when someone is on a high kill streak with a bounty above 3000 gold, I'd say that's when they become useful. You could hunt people who have really high gold bounties and shred them with the amount of damage they make you do. The Bounty Hunter Pants making you do plus 1% damage for 100 gold bounty they have. And although this does make people angry at you, which is not good for Pit because they could slow down your progress a lot, it is a very good way to get gold. Another plus to Bounty Hunter Pants is if you get an 80% assist on them, then someone gets the kill, you will still get 80% of the gold bounty that the other person got. Meaning if you're hunting someone who has 5000 gold bounty, you don't kill them, but you get a 90% assist, you'll still get 4500 gold. Bounty hunting at the right times is probably the fastest way you can get gold at Pursuit 0. And for hunting, I should probably just mention this right now, since I'm supposed to. This video is sponsored by VipV4, a Minecraft cheat client. Pit is the least moderate game mode on all of Hypixel, and for bee hunting, it probably helps a decent amount, I'm not sure though. Anyways, code BOMP for 10% off, or vip.gg/BOMP in the description. But yeah, now that we have talked about how you get gold, to get the perks, we could talk about getting 50 kills itself. Getting to Overdrive really just consists of running around outskirts and killing people in chain while you have diamond armor on. Sometimes when your strike gets a bit higher, you get gold bounties. When you have bounties, players will want to kill you more, so you have to watch out for that. But mostly, you just want to stay out of sight of people who could kill you easily, and hopefully you will get to 50 kills. Also, make sure you use diamond armor sparingly, as it is decently expensive. Also, streaking with friends is allowed in Pit and is very good, especially if your friend is a higher level than you. Something that is good knowledge to know is why you are dying so quickly to high prestiges in mid. High prestiges, because of cheating and the perks they use, pretty much always have strength 5 as well as resistance 2. The majority of Pit mains use health aura, which targets the person with the lowest health with kill aura, meaning they get their kill effects much faster. This means pretty much perpetual resistance to, as the player with the lowest health will die the easiest, which is why I would not recommend trying to kill any high prestige player mid until you are a much higher level, unless they are on a really high streak and you have the underpants. Outskirts though, once you get 50 kills, if you are consistently getting 50 kills, it's good to slash oof as soon as you get 50 kills, because it's much faster to gain XP getting 50 kills rather than getting 75 kills, as you don't gain any extra XP for getting kills higher than 50 compared to the 4,000 you get from dying. At a low prestige, there are not many mechanics you could learn other than just holding onto your healing, so you could heal mid-fight, and knowing how the game works. So if you know your opponent has strength 5, you make sure they don't get any more strength for 7 seconds, so then when you fight them, they don't deal extra damage, and they have to start a strength chain all over again. For some reason, they removed pretty much all progression until Prestige 2, so this guide works to Prestige 1 as well. But to actually get somewhere in the game, you do need to play a lot to get to Prestige 2, where you unlock new perks, and Prestige 3, where you unlock new Mega Streak. The game doesn't have that much content, but a good thing to know is always, if you have a friend who is a higher prestige in Pit, that is probably the most useful thing you could use to level up faster. Even just having someone who could get you first aid eggs and diamond leggings will make you go at least twice as fast as you would alone. If you're just starting, you should know that levels before 50 are much smaller than levels 50 to 60, and levels past 60 are much higher than levels 50 to 60. Prestige 0 has a total of 66,000 XP, meaning if you only get 10 XP per kill, it will take you 6,600 kills, but if you do overdrives, it probably won't even take you 600 kills to reach Prestige 1. Anyways, there's probably more to say, but that's pretty much all you need to know. Anyways, good luck.